It's more and more important to see ourselves not only as an individual, but more in connection with others. It's so important to see ourselves more as a part of the whole, right? As being connected to ourselves and to others. And therefore, it's really important to perceive ourselves as a part of our ancestor line, right? Because we were born thanks to our ancestors. And yeah, I know that sometimes we say, oh my God, my ancestors, my mother, my father, they hurt me a lot. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to remember my childhood because it was awful, etc. Right? Sometimes we want to just push it away and don't think about it and just live our life. However, we need to know that we were born thanks to them. And therefore, it's really, really important to reconnect first with ourselves and then to them. And thanks to that reconnection, we are able to heal ourselves and support the healing of our ancestors. And as you know, I work as a psychologist, life and personality coach, as a shaman, and I do a lot of energetic work. And when I work with people, many times they say like, oh, I don't want to heal my ancestors. I don't care about them. You know, they hurt me a lot and I just don't want to connect to them and I just want to live my life, right? And I totally understand that there might be a lot of pain. A lot of things have happened in the past. And now, of course, they don't want to think about it because it hurts. However, in that moment, the person stops, let's say, herself and her ancestors from healing. And on top of that, this person blocks the healing of the whole, right? Because this person could give some healing to ourselves and to her ancestors or his ancestors. And this person is blocking that, is denying that. So how can we heal everyone and everything and become like a whole healed world? And therefore the ancestor topic is so important. And what we need to know is that our ancestors also have a lot of strength, a lot of potential, like everyone. Yeah, every single person in this world has a potential. Maybe sometimes there's a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of, let's say, disease, whatever, which is blocking that potential. But if we really take like a close look to that, to these people, we can always see something, at least something positive. And this video is exactly about that. Firstly, to accept more that we are part of our ancestor line, because we are a part. We were born into this ancestor line for a reason, right? Secondly, to start heal ourselves and send some healing to our ancestors, if they're alive or not, doesn't matter. And thirdly, to reconnect to the strengths, to the potential of ourselves and of our ancestors. And we are a developed part of our ancestors, right? Always the next generation is a bit more developed, of course, right? There was more time for evolution. So we are more developed than our parents in some aspects, and our children will bring more aspects which are developed in a different way, right? So today in this video, I would like to share a nice exercise with you, which you could use to heal yourself and your ancestral line. So first step is stand in a room where you have space behind and in front of you. And then imagine your female ancestor line behind you on the left side and the male ancestor line behind you on the right side. You don't need to know every name and every one of your ancestors. You know, the intention is enough, because when you work with energies, if you really have a clear intention, energy will follow that intention, right? So imagine your ancestors behind you and connect to them. Just perceive their energies, perceive their potential, perceive their, let's say, traumas, their heavy energy, their beliefs, right? Their limiting beliefs very often. And just perceive that. And stop thinking, just feel. Because your body is more intelligent than your rational mind. Just perceive what's going on. And when you feel some resistance, just let it go. And I really invite you to accept that you are part of your ancestors. Just perceive them, perceive the energies within you, perceive them, perceive, everything which is there. Maybe there was, a trauma. Maybe there was a lot of pain or a lot of loss. Maybe there, during the Second World War, they lost a lot of money, or they lost a loved one, or whatever. And it's so important to just give these emotions space and allow them to flow. Just be there. And maybe, you just want to cry, you just want to let it out. So do it, why not? So allow the things to be there and to be present. And let go of resistance. That's the first big part. The second part is to really dive deeper. To dive deeper in these emotions, in what has happened, and to really perceive that. Just let it flow through. Give it some attention. And maybe you can do this exercise several times, because usually we work, in layers. Today maybe you work the first layer and, the lower things are not showing up. So in a week or in 2 weeks, then you perceive, there's something more. So you do this exercise again, right? So give yourself time, because this exercise is really, really powerful. And when I do it with my clients, it's amazing how much things we can solve in only one session, And at the beginning, many people say like, oh, I don't want to feel it. And it's their shit. I don't want to, it's not my shit. But you are here to support their healing. Not only your healing, but also their healing, because you're part of it. You're part of this world. You're part of your ancestor line. And it's really time to, not only heal ourselves, but support the people to whom we are connected, to send some healing. It's really a global healing period, which is so necessary, right? And I also tell it to my clients, right? Because they say, I just want to reject it. I don't want to feel that, and it's not mine. And I'm so happy that it's not mine. And I feel like, whoa, yes, maybe you didn't experience that, but it's within you, and maybe you are the one to heal that. Maybe you are the 7th generation, and the task of the 7th generation is to heal that, to heal the things that have happened in the 6 generations before. And then if there's like a new generation, it's the first, let's say, generation. And, after that, after 7 generations, again, there will be a bigger transformation, right? So everything you heal, you don't give to the next generation, which is amazing. And maybe you think like, oh my God, why should I do this? And maybe you perceive it as a punishment or something like that. Yeah, that was also my first reaction. I'm also the 7th generation, and I know many people who are also the 7th generation. So at the moment, it's a really huge healing period on the world. And yeah, on the one hand, it's quite hard. I really can tell you, I know something about it. I healed a lot of my ancestor topics. I'm not done yet, of course, but I really healed a lot. And my ancestors experienced the Second World War in Poland, right? Because I'm Polish. And yeah, you can imagine that it was really hard. But I wanted to do that, and it was quite interesting actually. And I did exactly this exercise also several times to really heal, and so heal myself and them and understand them, right? So in my family, some people lost their husband in a concentration camp half a year after the marriage and things like that. And this was still stored within me. And I was the one who had to transform that. And as you can imagine, that was really hard. But I did it not only for them, but also for myself. And it was really interesting. Yeah, that experience was really interesting to really perceive things from a different perspective. Yeah, and this is the second step of this exercise, to really go through that, to give it space, as if you would talk to your best friend who has experienced a trauma. You can talk to your ancestors and just listen to them and give them some attention, some love. Yeah, and let it flow through you. And you can ask yourself, maybe you need some forgiveness. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you want to ask them to forgive themselves, right? Or maybe you want to send yourself some self-love or some self-love to them, right? So just go with the flow in that exercise. The third step is just to send some healing. And some of my dear clients who are watching this video will be smiling, because it's really an exercise we are doing quite a lot. So you can imagine that like amazing energy, healing energy is flowing through your crown chakra into your heart and gives some healing to your heart, and then flows through your, let's say, back heart chakra to your ancestors. And you just send, download some energy and send it back through your back heart chakra to your ancestors, and give them some healing, some self-love, some forgiveness, some whatever they need, right? So just send it to them, maybe some joy, even some stability, some trust, whatever they need. Just let it flow through. And maybe you don't know exactly what they need. So just ask the universe to give them the healing they need, right? So do like a collaboration. And give it some time, because it needs to work, right? And as a fourth step, please perceive what are their strengths, what is their potential. And maybe you will know some potential while you're thinking about it, and you think like, my mother was really good at, and my father was really good at doing this, right? This is one thing. But listen to your intuition, because your intuition knows much more than our rational mind. So just perceive, what are the strengths and the potential of your ancestors, and connect to it. Because everything is also within you, right? So imagine like a connected energy from them towards you, within you, and maybe if you have children, also to them, right? And really feel that, right? Feel that in your body, and maybe you want to do some movement to, integrate it, to perceive it. And feel also that they are standing behind you and giving you some power, right? They you know, they give you a lot of power, and in order to support you in manifesting the energies they have brought here, right? And the energies which are within you right now. Yeah, so really feel the strength they are giving you. They are supporting you. You can ask them to help you if you need some help, right? They would like to help you. The souls of them, not their egos. Ego is one thing. The souls of them want to help you. Yeah, the ego needs maybe some healing to, you know, transform and to heal and to be a bit more positive. But the souls want to be there for you, right? Yeah, so I hope you have some interesting information. And if you have some questions, just ask me, please, because this exercise sounds easy, but is a bit, let's say, quite profound when you try it first time. Yeah, so I wish you a lot of ancestor healing, a lot of healing for yourself and for your children. And finally, this healing will contribute to a global healing. So thank you for watching this video, and see you soon.